Sharia is human understanding of the divine. So it is the totality of the normative system of Islam for believers. But it's always human. It can never be divine. It's a human endeavor to understand the divine. And in fact, in Muslim thought, classical thought, Sharia was said to be unknowable. That it is, there is an expression, they say that it is zanni, meaning it is suppositional. That any knowledge, any claim about what Sharia means is just a guess, a supposition. And I think the lack of certainty about what Sharia means, which was the hallmark of the original thinking of Muslim intellectual history, is the exact opposite of the fundamentalist certitude. I think the difference between, an intelligent, honest Muslim and a fundamentalist is that a fundamentalist is absolutely confident of his understanding as if this is the only understanding possible. Whereas in the tradition, and my position is still now is to say, I can never be sure. So I can always sort of speculate about what Sharia means on this question, on that question, but never claim to be absolutely certain. That, I think, is a very good state of being. Certitude is, I think, fascist. It will tend to oppressing others and dominating others because you have the truth as God revealed it. In fact, I think it is integral to the possibility of being a Muslim that you have this space. I say that the possibility of belief logically requires the possibility of disbelief. If I'm not free to believe, there is no value to my belief. So therefore, my point is that the conditions for which that creating conditions where I keep the freedom to think and to believe or not believe is critical for the possibility of being a Muslim. So in Islam and the secular state, the opening sentence in the first chapter, I say that I need the state to be secular so I can be the Muslim I choose to be by conviction, which is the only way to be a Muslim. So in fact, a secular state that is neutral regarding religion, does not take a position on religion, is in fact an essential prerequisite. But as soon as the state claims to be Islamic and to impose a particular view of Islam, it's denying my freedom to differ and to disagree. I am accountable for my understanding of Sharia, nobody else's. And every believer is accountable for her or his understanding. And for that, I have to have the freedom to debate what that understanding is. Human rights are necessary for Sharia to be what it is supposed to be for Muslims. That is the freedom of belief, freedom of association, freedom of expression, and the right to debate, and the right to contest and to dissent is necessary for the Muslim to live sort of honestly. With, piety is a personal trait. It has to be personal. And I have to be sort of referencing my belief, not anybody else's belief. And therefore, human rights for me, that is my motivation when I say that my commitment to human rights is as a Muslim. By that I mean that I need human rights for the conditions that enable me to be the Muslim I choose to be by conviction. And for that reason, they are integral to my understanding of Sharia. I argue against what I call the politics of minority. That I say that Muslims, wherever they are, if they are in the West or elsewhere as a minority, they should not think of themselves as a minority. Because that my relationship to the state is based on my citizenship, not my religious affiliation. My religion or lack of it is my business outside the state in civil society. Now, my citizenship is important for me to assert my right to freedom of religion, to negotiate my relationship to various state actors and so on, but it is not a condition or part of my citizenship and relationship to the state. And therefore, I argue that I am just, say, I'm an American who happen to be a Muslim, or I am German who happen to be a Muslim. That by being Muslim does not diminish or qualify my citizenship of the state. And I think that is a more positive approach to politics, not as minority, because I could be a member of a majority politically, say, whatever the political party that is dominant, say, in Germany or in France or anywhere, I could be a member of that party. So politically, I'm part of a majority. I could be socioeconomically part of a majority or a part of a major sort of middle class, for example. But the fact that I'm a Muslim does not diminish either of those, my political majority status or my socioeconomic status. Therefore, we should not focus too much on being a Muslim. We should focus on being citizens who have the freedom of religion, and they choose to be Muslim or not by virtue of that freedom.